From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. The Royal Canadian Air Force is hoping to rapidly beef up its security personnel numbers to guard sensitive data, the kind that comes with the new F-35 fighter fleet.
Documents obtained through access to information law show the Air Force has been eyeing the addition of more than 1,000 new security positions across the country by 2030, although those plans may evolve over time. This need is driven by acquiring new advanced F-35 fighter jets, but the RCAF is also concerned about sensitive data contained in other new equipment, remotely piloted aircraft and P-8 maritime patrol planes. Past federal watchdog reports that probed into the F-35 program did not examine costs associated with adding such a large number of security personnel. Kyle Duggan, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.
Meanwhile, stateside tensions remain high, with Somali residents in Minneapolis saying they're afraid as the Trump administration continues to ramp up immigration efforts in the days after an ICE officer fatally shot a local woman.
Hundreds of people gathered for a rally at the location where an ICE officer fatally shot Renee Good on Wednesday. Organized by the Somali American Leadership Table, they say it was an effort to show solidarity, visibility, and to honor Good. The Somali population is in ICE's sights after President Donald Trump repeatedly singled out the community with insults. Khalid Omar says Somali residents are being approached by ICE and are fearful.
When they're going to places of worship, they're being questioned. When they're going to the malls, they're being questioned.
Kelly Malone, The Canadian Press, Minneapolis.
Greenland's party leaders continue to reject Donald Trump's repeated calls for the U.S. to take control of the island. They insist Greenland's future must be decided by its people. Greenland's prime minister says, quote, "We don't want to be Americans. We don't want to be Danes. We want to be Greenlanders." Trump said again on Friday that he would like to make a deal to acquire Greenland, adding that he could do it the easy way or the hard way. The latter option apparently includes the use of military force. The chief of a First Nation in northern Manitoba dealing with frozen pipes and severe flooding is welcoming the news that the military is coming to help. At least 4,000 residents in Pimachikamak Cree Nation were sent to other communities after pipes burst and crawl spaces filled with icy water. Chief David Monias had been calling for the military's help along with extra tradespeople to aid the community. He says the incoming support will help rebuild the community faster, with residents needing heat, power, water, and sewage systems restored. And finally, protests in Iran raged into early Saturday morning in the Islamic Republic. Now, despite a threat from the country's theocracy to crack down, online videos purported to show demonstrators gathering in large groups, chanting against Iran's government around bonfires, all as debris littered the streets of the capital city of Tehran. At least 65 people have been killed by the government's pushback. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, there were 3 games on the NHL schedule Friday night. The Washington Capitals manhandling the Chicago Blackhawks 5-1, the Utah Mammoths stomping the St. Louis Blues 4-2, and the Winnipeg Jets bringing down the LA Kings 5-1 the final. Meanwhile, Ottawa beat Vancouver 4-2 in the lone game on the Professional Women's Hockey League schedule. Still on the ice, Marie-Philippe Poulin headlines the 23-player Canadian women's hockey roster for the Milan Olympics. It'll be the 5th Winter Games for the Canadian captain. The Canadian roster is also drawn entirely from the PWHL. Now over to the slopes, where Canada's Mikhail Kingsbury has captured the 100th World Cup victory of his career. The freestyle skier won gold in the men's singles moguls at an event in his home province of Quebec. And finally, in the NBA, the Boston Celtics held off the shorthanded Toronto Raptors 125-117, the loss snapping a 3-game win streak for the Raps. Up next, Toronto hosts Philadelphia on Sunday. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.